Hi everyone, welcome to the Psych Mom Show. I'm the Psych Mom, Barrie Morganstein. I'm excited to introduce my Mom Squad guest, Elka Bernstein. She's the director of the Charlotte Jewish Preschool, where my daughter attends, and I know that it's a fabulous program, so I'm excited to have her here. And what we're going to be talking about today is really social emotional development in children, and this is very relevant because we were just talking the other day about kindergarten readiness, and we were trying to help parents understand, because it's kind of confusing to understand what kids need to have and to know to be ready for kindergarten. But we were talking to parents about what does a child need to be ready, and a lot of parents think that they need to know their ABCs and to be able to count as high as possible, and if they know another language, that's wonderful. But that's not what you think, and you really emphasize, and the preschool emphasizes the importance of social emotional development. So can you talk a little bit more about exactly what that is?
Yes, I'm going to start off by saying that, in fairness to parents, all they know are the concretes. They know to teach them the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. And I often tell parents, we're not a squish down, push down elementary school.
Meaning we don't teach them everything that they do in elementary school
Right.
for little kids. It's a totally different curriculum.
It's a different phase of brain development. So in order for your child to be successful at their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, there's a lot of things that have to come before that. And part of that is the social emotional development of the child. And so a good preschool teacher is not going to focus on ABCs. They're going to incorporate that all into what they're doing, but they're going to focus on the social emotional development and their physical development. And that's what we focus on at our school.
So that's great. Explain a little bit more about what social emotional development is. I know how fabulous that is, but some people maybe have not heard that term before, and it's a really long, confusing term. So,
well, social emotional can often be tied together, but what we want to grow is strong, confident children. Because when the child is confident in what they do, they'll be willing to accept any challenge.
And explore new things.
Explore new things. They won't have anxiety about new situations or transitions. And if they can confidently walk into any situation, then they can confidently learn. They can confidently move into kindergarten and work independently.
And feel comfortable with their peers and to join with the class. And
that's the other good point, is that it's not just about the one child. When your child's in school, they're in preschool, hopefully they're only with about 10 to 12 children.
Right.
But, in public school, it's a 1 to 24 ratio.
Right.
They have to be able to function within the classroom environment, which means they need to be able to communicate their needs. They need to be able to take care of their needs. They need to be able to talk to the teacher. They also need to be able to be a good friend and to help others. So those components will allow them to be successful further on in their education.
Now, I think you brought up a good point talking about the number of children in a classroom. And so I'm thinking that children have to be able to function independently, because a teacher can't address all 24 children or even all 10 children at once, as they have to be able to function independently. But they also have to be able to get along with their peers and take turns and share and start to read social cues and all of those things too. So it really is the dynamics of the group as well as just the child themselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
And as they're going through these social emotional development, these phases, their brain is developing. So their brain is not developing sitting down, working on their ABCs.
Right.
Their brain
or solving math equations.
Right. Their brain is developing through song and through play that is purposeful.
Right.
So even, and I'm just talking about our school, but even our snacks, our Cheez-Its have letters on them. So they might just be eating and talking to each other about their snacks and their day, and then they're picking up going, oh, this is an A, this starts Adam's name. And so they're naturally picking up those concepts of ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, but they're doing it in a very social, very comfortable setting, and it is very purposeful.
And I know that that's true because my daughter comes home and she says things, and I'm like, how do you know the concept of hours or more than, less than, older than, like, things that I'm like, where did you even learn that from? But can you share with parents what are some things that they can be doing at home to really help their child with their social emotional development?
Yes, I'm very passionate about this.
I know you are.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Barrie and I have talked, car time is the best time.
Yes.
Cut off the screens, no Game Boys, no iPhones, no TV, because that's when you sing songs.
Right.
That's when you rhyme with them. That's when you talk about their day and they learn to express themselves.
Right.
They can tell you about what's good and not so good about their day, and then what they can do to make it a better day. So car time is great.
Yes. Yes.
And I always said that my much older, you know, I knew that when my children were going into the 3rd grade, they would have to learn their multiplication table. So the car, we learned our multiplication table. It's a great learning time, and you're looking out the windows, and
they're observing, and they're talking about their environment. And
right.
Yeah,
you know, going to the grocery store with children can be very, very hard, but it's so great because can you go get the red apple? How many apples do we need? Let's count them. Oh, we have too many. Your normal everyday experiences.
Everything is a learning opportunity.
It's a learning opportunity.
Right.
Making your child accountable at home is really important. I know it's quicker if you get them dressed and if you clear their dishes and pick up their toys, but what you're doing is hindering their ability, their self-help abilities, but also their fine and gross motor abilities. Taking a plate to the sink is fine motor work. It's multi-step directions. So everything they do is so purposeful with how they're going to approach things later on in life.
Right. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing some of those ideas. Sure. And we're going to be back with Elka again. She's going to join us with Brooke Amo, who's the assistant director of the Charlotte Jewish Preschool, and we're going to talk a little bit more about child development. Thanks for joining the Psych Mom Show.